former U.S. defense attaché to Russia. Peter, I just want to hear your thoughts, your assessment on where Russia and its strategy stands right now, 6 weeks into this war.
Russia is right now trying to find a way. They need to be able to justify to their population why they made this invasion. They call it, this military operation. I want to draw attention that 5 weeks from now is May 9th,
Yes.
Victory. And the Russians, I believe, the Ministry of Defense, Putin, they need to be able to show their population a win, because it is a triumphal march through. It is a commemoration. It's a celebration. I've been to them, and this is all over Russia. They need something positive. I think they're going to push now hard. They've been badly rebuffed around Kyiv. They pulled back forces that have been mangled and exhausted. Some of those forces are now coming around. It's difficult to come from Belarus and across back towards near Belgorod, which the Ukrainians hit about 10 days ago. They are now massing, in my mind, in a classic, almost World War I, World War II firepower, artillery, cannon, rockets, missiles to push into Donetsk, and then with pincers coming down from Kharkiv direction and up from Zaporizhzhia, try to get a big victory there. The Ukrainians know it. They're fixed, but it's going to be hard because it is a almost static line, and that's what a lot of people are worried about. It'll be a horrific grind, attrition type fight. But by the way, the Russian soldiers are not handling very well, and Ukrainians have been unbelievably tough despite terrible losses.
I mean, that's what we've been hearing, the bracing for the worst yet to come in the East. However, after all of this time, Russia has sustained such casualties among its troops. It has lost enough equipment to equip the entire German army. So how can it continue this? How can it make this next phase, if you will, of the offensive strong enough to possibly be victorious?
It's a great question, and that a major reason that they pulled off the Kyiv operation. It just shows how arrogant and how that the Russian leadership thought that they could do this 6 weeks ago in a matter of days. And so now they have to focus because the resources are a whole lot more limited. They are in the midst of calling up new conscripts and draftees. You're going to throw more draftees into a really unpopular fight. It's a race for time within Russia because, as you've been reporting, news is getting into Russia. And while most of the Russians are extremely patriotic, this isn't going to last. So they've got to do it. They've got to bulldoze, fight, gain. Ideally, they want all of Donetsk and Luhansk, and then finish the Mariupol fight, which is Ukraine's Stalingrad, and then work along the Black Sea. So the Russian time is against the Russian side. Again, 9 May, I throw that out as a marker as their victory day, victory procession. I think that's what they'd be looking for.
Yeah, NATO has repeatedly said it does not want direct conflict with Russia. That's part of why it has hesitated to send heavy equipment to Ukraine, although it's been really cagey on what its next moves are going to be, indicate that maybe it is going to do that. But regardless, some individual members have been sending exactly that. Czech Republic sending tanks, Slovakia now sending missile defense systems. Is that going to be seen as a direct conflict with Russia? Does NATO mind that these individuals are going to do this?
I think we have to step back and remember that this was a blatant war of aggression in a scale that we haven't seen since Poland in 1939. And I think all bets are off. Ukraine has showed its moxie. It's gotten its feet. Now you have these reports that are pretty tough to deny, despite what Russian Ministry of Defense or Dmitry Peskov says. No, these are atrocities. And yes, war is hell and bad things happen. but it's the aggregation of these different things happening all over the place, and now Kramatorsk. No, so the spigot is opening, and the push is not to invade Russia, and that needs to be clear, but it is to regain everything as a minimum that Russia took in the last 6 weeks since 24 February as a minimum, and then talk about, obviously, the rest of it.
Got it. Peter, excellent to talk to you. Thanks for letting us pick your brain on these points.